Hey Horned Frogs, I'm Sydney Loutit and this is your TCU Sports Report. The Walter Camp Football Foundation named TCU linebacker Ty Summers their Defensive Player of the Week. This Saturday, number 3 TCU football took on the Longhorns at home. Tune in this December 3rd to see the TCU women's volleyball team make their second postseason appearance. During the play, Summers made helmet-to-helmet contact with the Sooners QB Baker Mayfield. The banquet would be headlined by TCU alum Jake Arrieta and Matt Carpenter. Watch your TCU men's basketball team take on the 4-0 Mustangs. The Manning Award is the only quarterback award which takes into account the player's bowl game performance. Join the men in their next match against Colorado December 5th. For TCU, I'm Sydney Loutit. In 2004, the TCU Polo Club was founded, and since has had a competitive women's team. But this year, they welcome back their men's team. Let's take a look at a few of the players whose love of horses started long before their love of TCU.
Well, I started horseback riding probably when I was like 3 years old, just because my dad has always loved horses, so he got a pony, and so he thought that would be the perfect way for us to learn. And yeah, he's been around horses his entire life, so I think he wanted his kids to be around him and learn how to ride too. I think it was something kind of important to him.
I started riding when I was little at the ranch, working cattle.
Encouraged by their fathers, they took up the sport of polo.
My dad got into polo when my uncle started playing back in like the 90s, I think, and so my dad thought it was cool, so he tried it out and he loved it. So naturally he wanted me to learn how to play.
And I started playing polo when I was a sophomore in high school. My dad played polo, and it's a really good way to get good at riding really fast. You got to be good enough that you can forget about riding and hit the ball. So it's a good way to get good at riding fast, so Dad wanted me to do it.
We don't have a club in Yuma, and so the closest one is 2.5 hours away in Indio, California. So I mean, if I didn't have the support, I wouldn't really be able to play. The drives there and back, you know, I just talk about anything, and it's really been great. I've really enjoyed that time with him.
Now at TCU, they found another place to continue playing.
I heard about TCU Polo through the Polo Association website. I looked at the intercollegiate roster and I found TCU, and I was like, oh, I applied there. Might as well follow up with that.
When I was in high school, I played interscholastic polo, and we played the coach's son's team 2 years in a row, and so I knew the coach. So he reached out to me and wanted me to come play for him when he figured out I was at TCU.
My biggest goal for this season was to be better than my dad.
So what's the best horse advice they've ever gotten?
Let me think. Is there a real serious answer to that? Just hold on and don't fall off.
Our Cowboys always says, why walk when you got a horse?
Join the men in their next match against Colorado December 5th. For TCU, I'm Sydney Loutit. I'm Sydney Loutit, and this is your TCU Sports Report. TCU women's soccer took on the OSU Cowgirls in a 3-0 victory this weekend. Michelle Prokoff was an important part of the team's win, scoring 2 of the 3 goals. With her second goal of the day, Prokoff moves into 6th on TCU's all-time goals scored list. In the 70th minute, Faith Carter scored the Horned Frogs' third goal of the game. With this win, TCU achieves their fourth shutout in a row this season. The Horned Frogs will play next at West Virginia on Friday. The game can be seen at 6 p.m. on WVSports.com. This Saturday, number 3 TCU football took on the Longhorns at home in a 50-7 blowout victory. Trayvon Boykin threw 5 touchdown passes. Boykin now has 74 career touchdown passes, 3 more than former Horned Frog Andy Dalton. Josh Dotson had 2 receiving touchdowns, one from Boykin and another on a trick play from Sean Nixon. The second marks Dotson's 23rd career touchdown catch, surpassing Josh Boyce's record of 22. TCU moves to 5-0 on the season, becoming the number 2 team in the nation. The team will play next Saturday at Kansas State. The game can be seen at 6:30 on Fox. TCU volleyball also had a big victory this weekend, taking on the Oklahoma Sooners at home. The game went to 5 sets after the Frogs took the first 2 and OU took 3 and 4. TCU won the final set 18-16. The Horned Frogs had a season high of 19.5 blocks. Reagan McGuire tied her career high with 12 blocks. The ladies' next game will be Saturday against Texas Tech. The game can be seen at 6 p.m. on Game Tracker. That's all for your TCU Sports Report. I'm Sydney Loutit.